What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're continuing on with the series of weapons which are not necessarily meta currently in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, but which could very easily become meta if some of the other weapons are nerfed or something like that, or they can just be considered as true diamonds in the rough that might not have just gotten onto anybody's radar just yet. Today we're looking at an LMG. This is the TAQ Eradicator. Let's go. LMGs have been like a funny thing this time around in this zombie mode, since generally the LMGs that we have available to us fall in one of two camps. Either they have massive magazine sizes like the polymod, but then basically deal almost no damage or not nearly enough damage to justify the large reload animations and that sort of thing. Or you can build some of them basically to be more like an AR, which means you do get a little bit more damage, you do get a little bit more rate of fire, but then once again certain ARs just do the job better, so it kind of like becomes hard to justify using an LMG. Now in comes the TAQ Eradicator. This is kind of like the perfect marriage between those two camps, where you can build this up to have 300 rounds in its drum magazine when you actually pack a punch it, which means it has a massive reserve, but it has a fairly decent reload speed, and it actually deals quite a bit of damage and has a high rate of fire. So it's really like this perfect marriage of all of those things that come together. Now the TAQ Eradicator, the one that's on the screen here right now and the one that you're going to see in the footage, is built in this way. So on the barrel we're using the Exiler 84 short barrel. On the underbarrel, we're using the Bruin Heavy Support stock. This is, or not stock rather, but just the Bruin Heavy Support. This is a phenomenal, you'll see this on a lot of my weapons, and it's because it's so really good at stabilizing, recoil. Then we're using the F-Tap Grimland Laser as our laser slot. We're using, of course, the aforementioned 150 round drum in the magazine. And then last but not least, we're using the Tactique Brute stock in the stock slot, which means, as you can see, that this weapon does not actually run an optic and you're using iron sights. The good news is that this gun works equally well whether you're firing it from the hip or actually aiming down those iron sights. So I absolutely advise you to give this a try. One of the things that's really good about LMGs is they're fantastic at crowd control, which is one of the problems that you generally face when you go into the tier 3 area. Yes, your gun needs to be good at killing bosses and some of the tougher enemies, which this LMG can do, but it needs to also be good at dealing with large amounts of, let's say, low health enemies, but just fast enemies that are swarming you. You need to be able to deal with that as well, and that is what this gun also excels at. So absolutely give this a try. Go ahead and try this out in the tier 3 area and let me know what you think. And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. As always, it's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Till next video, fucking cheers.